What do you do with those remains? Because they're not being displayed. You're taking care of them in a respectful way. Are you burying them again? Do you have a specific place for, like, is there a specific cemetery
Yes,
for that?
yes. The answer is yes. We have part of our burial grounds that we have for, contemporary funerals, and then we have an item for repatriated remains.
Okay.
So we go
Wow.
through a ceremony of reinterring these remains back into where they belong, back with our in our home.
Wow.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
Beyond the repatriation of the remains, is there anything else that's happening that maybe somebody might not? Maybe they hear something in the news and they don't know. They're hearing one side of it, but is there anything that you're working on?
Well, I think what's important from the Native perspective is their ability to control their own destiny. And that relates to sovereignty, basic sovereignty. And sovereignty for us would mean the ability to control the education of your children, to have your land, to be able to control your economic destiny, to be able to control the welfare and well-being of your people, and what direction and how you can protect your people's ability and right to educate and continue their culture and their people's the education of their children and their future. So it's all about making a better future for our children, all about thinking future generations to the head. And our history has been up and down. Native people adhere to their culture and their belief system fiercely, as anyone does, really. When you think about it, the Jewish people was a prime example. And so our goal is to protect our future and our way of life. And to do that, you have to have certain things. You have to have ability not to be interfered with, not to have laws that tell you can't do things. There was a time when our people couldn't speak their own language. They were not allowed in the schools. The boarding school era philosophy was to kill the Indian and save the man. So that was a horrible time for our people, where some positive things happened to it out of that, but it was, I guess I would liken that system to an abusive household, where somebody could survive an abusive household, be mistreated, and still be a success.
Right.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that that's the way it should be.
Right.
But they can still survive being abused, and for a lot of Natives, they have. And there were nonetheless some bright lights along the way.